Happy Saturday, everyone. How is everybody doing? I'm gonna let y'all start getting notifications. Y'all, I'm still taking out braids. Ain't that something? I was like, rather than be bored, let me get on here. And y'all can keep me company while I'm taking these last little braids out. It's so tedious. It really is. It is so tedious. And I always cut down low because I don't want to cut my hair. Shoots. Hey, Miss Muffin. We're doing open topics today. So we'll just talk about quite a few things that's going on within the news. Somebody reached out to me and asked me to talk about the jailer that's on trial. I see they having court on a Saturday for their trial. I'm gonna let everybody start getting the notifications while I take these braids out. I know I came on kind of early. I'll be on a couple hours. I was thinking about it. I was like, I want to roast, but I'll take it out tonight. I'm gonna have to wait till tomorrow because normally I take my food out early so that it can unthaw. I didn't do that, so I'll take it out so that it can unthaw and be ready for Sunday dinner. I think I'll do roast and green beans tomorrow. I got so many cans of green beans, I need to cook them up. Hey, Tyranny. What's going on, Tyranny? Tyranny Lachey. I just gave you a middle name, girl. I just made up a middle name for you. It's 10 people in here. Y'all, I've been all out with my hair looking like Aquanisha and all that good stuff. And we're just waiting for more people to get the notification and start coming in. And we'll talk about some of the things that's in the news. Um, it's a lot of stuff that's really been going on. It's a lot of stuff that's been going on, and you know, it's a lot. It's a lot of things that I'm really sensitive to. So I stay away from it until I'm okay to talk about. Okay with talking about it. Um, there was a baby that was left in a bus, and so a daycare that has happened quite a bit. Not as of lately, but in the past in the Memphis area. That means that they weren't checking the buses like they should, because a lot of times what end up happening is they get distracted. They're not walking all the way to the back, or the kids go to sleep and they lay down. They don't see their heads. They're not walking the bus as they should, you know. So stuff like that bothers me. Move. Stuff like that really bothers me when these things happen to these children. Be quiet, Remy. When these things happen to these kids. Hmm. Um, and then that there's a trial that's going on with that jailer. I haven't followed that, but we can look at it. And I can kind of give an analysis of it, of what all I can do is kind of just give my opinion. We can look at it together, but um, I guess an inmate, this must have happened a while ago because it take a while for these trials to start. Jershawn, I think that's his name. It might be the jealous, or it might be the victim's name. Um, I can look at it from a standpoint. I mean, from my opinion. Anyways, y'all, it is so hot outside. It is. It is so hot. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, hold on. Give me a second. I just kind of want to look at it because I can't remember a whole lot about it.
Looking for a fun night out? K1 Speed puts you behind the wheel for an adrenaline-filled time.
Tensions boiling over in Shelby County Court today as prosecutors and defense attorneys clashed over exactly what killed inmate Jershawn Freeman inside the Shelby County Jail. Medical experts are split on whether jailers suffocated him, while a head nurse on scene described a picture of total chaos. Jailers Stephen Jones and Courtney Parham face second-degree murder charges. Action News 5's Michaela Redmond in the courtroom all day. She is live outside 201 Poplar now. And Michaela, key witnesses took the stand today. What did they have to say?
Yeah, a room where it was a challenge to breathe, throwing up, and a desperate search for a pulse. That is what a nurse from the Shelby County Jail testified today about the chaotic scene unfolding in Jershawn Freeman's final moments. The state called Shelby County Jail Nursing Director Michaela Armstrong, who testified that the air on the 5th floor was so thick from chemical spray that she and other staff were coughing, struggling to breathe, and vomiting. She also testified she couldn't keep her fingers on Freeman's neck long enough to check his pulse because of the conditions on the floor. Armstrong testified that she could not tell whether Freeman was conscious when she arrived, but based on the video played in court, he did not look like he was. Now, the defense called forensic pathologist Dr. William Oliver, who flatly rejected the state's claim that Jershawn Freeman died of mechanical asphyxia from being pinned face down. Instead, Oliver testified that Freeman died of cardiogenic shock, essentially pump failure, caused by severe underlying heart disease and extreme adrenaline rush of the fight, psychosis, and heavy pepper spray.
Does mechanical asphyxia occur? Absolutely. But it's when people, the cases that I've seen are, farmers out in the field where the tractor falls over and they're caught underneath the tractor. Or, as Dr. Lee said, where someone's working under a car and the jack breaks and the car falls down. And while these correction officers are pretty beefy guys, they're not an F-150.
I disagree with him
Dr. Oliver created a presentation for the jury explaining this reasoning. Part of that shared recent studies showing that people can be put in prone positions with weight on their backs and breathe just fine. Now, testimony is still underway inside of the courtroom. We'll bring you the latest information.
I know a lot of people probably have opinions about that. I'm gonna just say this. I was sitting up in when I worked for the sheriff's office. I was sitting in the chief's office, which is at the very front downstairs, and they sprayed that spray. It was either in ASEG or on the second floor. At that time, it was medical, which is where they put all of the mentally ill people at the time. I think it's so overcrowded, they just put them anywhere now. And I started coughing uncontrollably, and it started choking me. That's how strong that spray was. My eyes started getting watery, and I mean we're up front, almost out of the door. So it travels. It is very strong, and I don't know. I want to say this. They're saying that this young man, did he have mental illnesses or something? I don't really know enough. Okay, this was in 2022. Okay. It says Funk emphasized that the jailers violated jail use of force training that strictly warns against prolonged restraint due to risk of asphyxia. Okay. Medical testimony is expected to be a key battleground in the trial. Shelby County Medical Examiner Dr. Marco Ross autopsy attributed the death to a physical altercation and subdual exacerbating a severe underlying heart condition. I don't believe that I don't believe that they would ever be charged with second degree murder. If they do that, I don't think that they will. Second degree murder. I don't know. I would have gone with like involuntary manslaughter if you was gonna go with anything. But you hear a doctor saying that he was not suffocated. The medical examiner says that he didn't die from suffocation, as the state is trying to say. Second degree murder, I think, is overcharge. When you have someone, and even if they have mental illnesses or whatever, and you have to subdue them, I don't know. Things happen. I'm not saying it should have happened. But I don't know enough about it. But I know everybody wants to always blame the police and the correction officers. And although I believe that a lot of those times that the force can be excessive, there have been times when the force is excessive. Just like with Tyree Nichols, that was excessive, cruel in nature, evil, all of those things. That's definitely excessive. Hey, Imperfect Angel, but this, I think, is an overcharge. So they probably will be found not guilty. If they are found guilty, I can see them getting an appeal quickly. And then they'll get and be back there, and then they'll get the charges dropped down to something else. But involuntary manslaughter, if anything, because I don't think they tried to kill him. They probably would have got something on that. But second degree murder, I think it may be hard to get a jury to charge them with second degree. I don't know what's going. Steve people act like they don't know that. You know, they will overcharge people. You give people the wrong charges, they get off. That's what happened with Govan. So, um, hold on, let's see. Jershon Freeman. Hold on, you all. Let me see if I can find the incident in jail that happened. Okay, here it is.
Particularly the coronary artery disease.
Fourth, you have the left ventricular hypertrophy of the heart.
Yes.
And please correct me if I say anything incorrectly. What is that?
That is an enlargement of the heart muscle, the left ventricle muscle of the heart.
This is also a good policy, basically facing down, and guards try to restrain to putting him under control by using the knee.
Hold on, you all.
Jury, what you mean by that?
So knee, obviously the knee, arms, either the hand with the arm on that, or the other part of the extremities.
And okay, I'm going to go ahead and play again, beginning at 6 minutes and 12 seconds. Pausing right here at 6 minutes and 31 seconds. Can you tell the jury if you're seeing anything here that is causing you concern regarding mechanical asphyxiation?
So again, maybe a knee, maybe an arm on the back of the Miss.
Again, I'm stopping at 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Are you seeing anything up to that point that causes you concern regarding mechanical asphyxiation?
So at that point, Miss Freeman is still moving and trying to fight and still alive.
You testified before that you were concerned about it being the beginning of a process. What does that mean?
Beginning process meaning, dying process, you mean. It's not there yet. It is still alive and still struggle and still try to fight.
Starting again at 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Pausing at 7
Um, if he was naked, he probably had some mental illnesses going on. I don't know, but I'm guessing. Um, okay, let's keep going.
Anything that causes you concern?
So because he's still trying to fight, still trying to struggle, still trying to do something. Oh, I'm talking about Mr. Friedman, and the guards, they put the knee or knees or arm on the back of Mr. Friedman, try to prevent him from moving, struggle, and fight.
All right.
Minutes and 19 seconds. Actually, I'm backing up for the record to 5 minutes and 33 seconds. All right, so can you see that Mr. Freeman has been handcuffed or is in the process of being handcuffed?
Yes.
And now he is handcuffed. After
Please don't
he-
leave.
Yes, Your Honor. I lost where Your Honor was.
No, that's fine.
Negligence, because here's the thing. I don't think the intention. I don't think they intended to kill him. I did see one of the officers once he started trying to resist. He did get in the middle of his back, put his knee on him. They probably didn't know what type of heart he already had heart issues and stuff like that. Um, um, let's see. Negligent homicide. It really shouldn't be. It should be manslaughter, really. It carries 1 to 6 years in Tennessee. And let's see. involuntary. It's still criminal negligence and all of that. Because we just had a case recently, a case I actually worked, where a guy ended up pleading out. Well, not recently, a case that I've worked before. He pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter, and he was given 6 months probation. So a case I worked a long time ago. Then they put stipulations on how you killed: manslaughter, involuntary, first degree, second degree, when it's all killing. And Ken said slave tactics. I mean, I'm sure they didn't know that he was sick. You know, all they know is that he was resisting, and so that's why you have to be conscious of making sure when you have those types of situations happen, because you don't know the medical history of the person. You have to keep it on your subconscious at all times to remember the policies as it relates to resistance, you know. He said the police make so when you say the police make you resist, what you mean by that? When you say the police make you resist. Um they being you, fold you up, chicken want your arms. Human nature makes you fight back because it hurts. Well, yeah, that's true. I can agree. You know, no, I've never been arrested, but when I went through the academy, we had practicums where we had to tackle each other, and you know, we would take turns doing it. I would fight, and my partner would be trying to handcuff me. So we had to go through all those things. But no, I've never been arrested before. Thank God. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I've never been arrested. I've been maced. I've been maced before. I've been gassed. When we were in the academy, we were maced. They got that on camera. We was maced. And it seemed like after that mace does something to your breathing for real. It does. Like they sprayed us in our eyes, and it was terrible. We had to walk through a gas house. And I mean, it for the rest of the night, like we were messed up. I know I was. I think that's the reason why I think that really messed with my breathing. Because before that, I had never had asthma. When I went through the academy, when I was going getting all those tests, especially after they maced me with that spray and we had to walk through a gas house, it was so bad. Like we had to walk through it's in the back of the range at the academy. We had to walk through a gas house. They made us hold hands so that nobody would break loose and run. We had to hold hands and walk through a gas house. which was terrible. Did they twist your arm? Yeah, we had to fight. Our instructors would be standing right there to make sure that we handled each other roughly. And then they brought in like TAC unit officers to handle us roughly, to resist. And they was handling us pretty rough. And we had to in order to have passed, we had to make sure we got them handcuffs on them. They was fighting us and hitting us in the face and everything. And then the instructors was standing over us like, fight, Thompson, fight. You know, you couldn't let them take your handcuffs. They be pulling for your weapon on your side. We kicking them all in the face and everything. We had to pass the practicum. We're great. We were graded on everything. So we had to fight. We did. We had to fight. Yeah. And they said that we were in the academy. It was like, you know, with the women, they weren't supposed to be hard on the women, but it seemed like to me they were. But I guess I can understand now because they said women were always tried. Women were always tried, especially if they pulled up on the scene by themselves. They tried them always. So, yeah. Even when I was out doing traffic, though, I had a problem one time. The first time I started riding by myself, and I was I had a ward, and I was assigned to North Memphis, and I had an accident right there at Frazier and Range Line. It was a hit and run, and I was standing out there waiting for the tow truck to come. And when I got to the scene, the lady was like, a guy hit us and ran. He did. He hit them and ran. The car was messed up, so I had to call for the tow truck to they couldn't drive the car off. So while I was sitting there in the car, waiting for the tow truck, I'm working on at that time we did traffic accidents on paper. I'm sitting on my clipboard, drawing out my scene and writing up my statements and my witnesses and all of that. And so somebody hit my window. Boom, boom, boom. I look up. So the guy that actually hit the people, his tag fell off of the car. I never liked riding in North Memphis. I never did. I never liked it. So he hit the people and ran, and his tag fell off of the car. So I'm sitting there in the car while they out there standing out waiting on the tow truck to come, writing up, you know, working on my report. Somebody hit the window. Boom, boom, boom. He's grinning like a chess cat. They told me you got my tag. I said, what? They said you got my tag. I said, so you were the person that hit these people and ran? Man, I came back to get my motherfucking tag. I want my tag. And he tried to open my door. I got on my radio. I don't even remember what my number was. Okay. My lieutenant, when I got back to the precinct, my lieutenant was like, when I heard you on the radio telling the dispatcher that the person that came back and he was trying to get in a car, he was like, I was sitting in my desk, I jumped up. He was like, I jumped up, a few other officers jumped up. It was like, because we were at that time, the traffic office was on Union. And he was like, we jumped up. We trying to get out the precinct to get over there to the scene. And so the guy heard them on the radio because he started hearing the officer say, we get ready to pull down, whatever. And he said she calling them folks, and he disappeared. He didn't get his tag back. He wasn't getting it. I guess he was gonna take the tag from me or something, but he was gonna get ran over or something. I don't know. But I never liked working in North Memphis, and that was one of the reasons why. Because even when we went through the academy for the traffic part, we went through the academy for 6 weeks, and then we learned the traffic part, and then we had to go to school. They paid for our schooling until we got our hours, and then we go back for part 2, for the rest of the time in the academy to become a P2. Yeah, a P2, which is a police officer. And yeah. Each and every time I had problems, it was always in North Memphis. I didn't like riding in Northeast Memphis because I don't mean no harm. When the white folks, when they wrecked, they thought that you was subservient to them. I know such and such. I know the mayor. I know this person. I know that person. At that time, that's when all the white people lived in Cordova and places like that. Like, I don't care who you know, sir. I need your ID, sir. You at fault for this wreck, sir. I don't really care who you know. I like to ride. I liked it when I was assigned to not North Memphis, but South Memphis and Whitehaven. I love when I was assigned to South Memphis and Whitehaven because all we had to do was just ride around South Memphis and wait for an accident. I didn't like being out east. It was too big out there. I didn't like it out there. But when I was in the South, when I was in Whitehaven, I loved it. I loved it. And I think a part of my ward was when I did South Memphis, it was Whitehaven too. I think it was Whitehaven too. I remember one time we had an accident in White. I was riding with this young white guy. See, we have to understand, like I had already had 2 kids and stuff. I was like 26. So I was a full grown woman. And you had a lot of these white kids who were just out of high school. They was there because they was paying for their college. And so they were traffic officers while they were going to college. And they were racist. They come from the suburbs. They had not been around black people like that. So the way that it worked is the senior traffic officer would when a new class came out, of course, the senior traffic officers would make the new traffic officers do all the work, right? So I would say, okay, well, you drive, you go ahead and drive. I'm sitting on the right side and look. Okay, I'll let you get all the experience and show you how to do the accidents, and I'll let you handle everything. So I remember it was this guy named Brandon Smith, white boy, straight from out of the backwoods or somewhere. Okay, and so, but he was like 19, and it was a wreck right there at Bellevue and Kerr. An old lady, probably about almost 70 years old, got off of the bus right there at Bellevue. It might be right before it turns into Bellevue. I think it's Bellevue though, and Kerr, and walked across the street and didn't see a car. The car hit her. Of course, she was jaywalking. Okay. So the way that it works is you don't have to give a person a ticket to write up the report showing that the car was not at fault because the car was going straight. So the car was not at fault. She didn't see the car and walked out in traffic. Okay. So, around Kerr, and that's the area, that's my area I grew up in, right? So anyways, it's people around there already having a hard time. So this old lady get off of the bus. So they take her they had to transport. We had to call the ambulance, have her transported to the hospital. So he was like, we're going to the hospital. I said, oh, okay. I said, you didn't get her name and stuff? Oh, I'm getting ready to write her a big fat ass ticket. I said, what? I'm getting ready to write her a big fat ass ticket. I said, write her a ticket for what? For jaywalking. She had no business walking out in front of that car. I said, no, you're not. I was the senior officer. No, you're not. You're not going to write her a ticket. You wrote the report up. You write the report up, and you make sure that the car is not at fault, because he's not at fault. He could have wrote her a jaywalking ticket, but I wasn't going to let him write her a jaywalking ticket. She was already, the lady had already been hit. She was already scuffed up, and she could have died. She was an older woman. She was scratched up and bruised up really bad. She wasn't trying to walk out in front of no damn car. Who would want to do that? He was mad at me too. His face turned red. I guess he's saying, this black bitch thinks she gonna tell me what to say. Dude, yes. It was really my scene. Okay, I was training him, but I let him do it. No, but my point is, you had a lot of, and a lot of them are officers. And I think Brandon went on to be he's a Tennessee trooper. Now he's a Tennessee state trooper. He left the police department, went to be a state trooper. So, but they were racist. They had not been around any diversity. And so they came from their homes in Germantown, and Cordova was mostly whites at that time. And then they were put into the urban communities, where they looked at black people as being nothing. I couldn't believe he said that I'm gonna give her a big fat ass ticket. That's how he said it. Pissed me off. Yeah, I was glad when they sent me. I went to Crime Stoppers when Major Williams and them asked me, "You want to come back to Crime Stoppers?" Because I had already worked Crime Stoppers before I went through the academy. I said, "Yeah." I was glad to get away from them little pissy kids. Because, like I said, they were racist. Oftentimes, like at that time, we had Inspector Bobby Todd. He had to come in there one day, and when we were in roll call, and he went off on a couple of those little dudes, because one of them was caught saying, another black PST had caught one saying, "I can't wait until I go through the academy. I want them to put me in South Memphis so that I can arrest all the black dudes that I see with a white girl." I mean, can you imagine? I mean, a lot of them are on the department now. A lot of them are on the department. But at the same time, even when you have racist ones that's on, because they shouldn't be on the department, but when you have racist ones that are on the department, you still don't need to make it worse, because you can't win. Like if they pull you over, they ask for your ID. Give them your ID. Don't give them a reason. Show them your ID. Don't give them a reason to take you to jail. If your ID is out, expired or whatever, let them know I'm riding dirty. Okay, go to jail and get out. You go to jail, all you're gonna do is be processed and get out the next day. So why have a bad day, right? Or you want to show out, because once you start getting smart with them, it's over. If you ain't got to let them search your car. If they ask you, "Can I search your car?" Say no. Say no. If you don't want them to search your car. Okay, that's what I got probable. If they say I got probable cause and then it's illegal, just get out and let them illegally do it. And then when you go to court, it'll be thrown out because it was an illegal search. But people don't know how to be proactive. They too damn stupid to do that. Man, I'm a black man. They want to be raw. Now what you've done is you done got yourself a resisting charge. You took the situation where you had the advantage because you're so damn dumb, and gave the advantage to the police officer because he got you on camera resisting instead of it being on camera him doing the damn illegal search. Okay. I was sitting in a car, Lieutenant. When he pulled up on his officers, he was like, "Now, can you analyze what they're doing?" I was like, "Well, they're searching the car." He was like, they're doing an illegal search. He didn't get out and try to stop him, and he was like, that's an illegal search that they doing. But he sat right in the car and let them do it. Because you know why? Because he already knew that the damn fools that they was doing the illegal search on wasn't going to be proactive. They don't know the law or nothing like that. Okay, that's why people need to start trying to learn something and be proactive instead of always trying to rebel, and you're wrong. Rebel by retaliating in a system that you ain't got no advantage in unless you are proactive. Right, because when I was out there, them white PS, them white traffic officers would treat them black girls so, but they were younger than me. They were so mean, and they didn't want to ride with me because they looked at me as an old woman because I was about 26. You think I'm gonna let some piss ass white boy talk to me crazy and turn on the air and freeze you? Because they like for that car to be real cold. So my lieutenant started letting me ride by myself because I got in roll call one day and bust them out. Okay, they wouldn't stop and let the girl. I'm talking about the black women. So the lieutenant, he kind of felt bad because for some reason he wanted to cater to them white boys for real, and so he was a black ass motherfucker. Let me just say that. Excuse my French. I liked him a little bit, but I saw that he wanted to go overboard to make it seem like he was not a racist person instead of putting on white boys in their place. Okay, and I'm not saying white boys to be racist, but that's what they were. And so, anyways, they was mean to them black girls. They didn't like to ride with me because I would go off on them. If the air was cold, I was to cut that air down. I'm not gonna ride in a car where you got the air down to 40. They were some old low down motherfuckers. So they didn't want to ride with a black woman that spoke up. They feared me. They knew the next day I was gonna get in roll call. When they say anything y'all want to say before y'all go in service, yes. My hand always go, yes, yes. Such and such did this. This is what happened. I was documented, and he said this. I told him I needed to stop and use the restroom because at that time, I made them take me to another precinct. They would take their piss asses in the damn gas station and use the restroom. I wasn't going into no gas station and use no restroom. You stop me at the next precinct so I can go in and piss. So I was happy when I started. I just started riding by myself, and then I was a good trainer. So my lieutenant would let me, when the new class came out, that he would, say, "We're gonna put you in the car with Thompson, let her train you." I treated him well. I wasn't mean to him. I didn't make him do anything. I let him do all the work to get the training. I told him what was right. I tried to teach him, listen, everything is at your discretion. You do not have to ticket everybody. Okay. So with the financial, okay, with the insurance, if they don't have their insurance card on them, you can get on the phone and call the insurance company. You don't have to if they're supposed to have it. Okay, they don't pull it up on their phone. They don't have it physically. You can get on you can call the insurance company. Well, back then you couldn't have it on your phone because they didn't have that technology. You could call. You standing there waiting for the tow truck. Just call. Cut the people a break. Like cut people a break sometimes, especially because sometimes people are upset. They just had a wreck. They're nervous. They just wrecked their car. You don't have to make things work worse for them. But then you would have hood rats that would get on the scene sometimes, and you ain't the real police anyways. The police officers, a lot of them went straight through. They didn't know a damn thing about traffic. So when they did make the scene, okay, because sometimes they wouldn't even have a driver's license. We're supposed to always call the police officers. Okay, this chick didn't even have her driver's license. I was gonna cut her a break. You ain't way in it. So she didn't even have no damn license. So I said, I tell you what, I ain't the real police, but this is my scene though. So when the officer got there, he said, "Let me tell you something. I don't know nothing about this scene. She is the expert as it relates to traffic. This is her scene right here. I can't tell you nothing. This is her scene. She gonna fill out that report and she gonna write that ticket out. This is her scene. I'm just here. I ain't even have to call him. And guess what happened? She took her ass to jail because she didn't have no license. I could have cut her ass a break and was gonna do it. But she showed out with me. So I checked everything up on there that I could check. She didn't have no driver's license, so she went to jail. She didn't have no insurance. I checked that box. She was at fault. Everything that there was to check, she could fight it out in court. Whereas I just could have towed her car because it had to be towed. And she paid a tow truck driver to take the car to her house because he would have took it wherever she said. It couldn't be left right there in the street. It was tore up. But she couldn't even appreciate me trying to help her. So I helped her to go to jail. She had more problems. He said my cousin got a ticket and then they towed his car in California. And California charged him by the hour that his car was in the tow yard. The tow truck drivers would take their cars wherever they wanted them to take them. If they didn't have any money for them, they would have to pay them. If they didn't have no money, it went to the tow. It went to the tow truck yard. It went to the wherever, to the yard, tow yard. You're gonna be riding without a driver's license, then you're gonna be driving real crazy and have a wreck, and then you want to show out with the person that could help you. So I did help her. I helped her to go to jail. Maybe that's what she needed to calm down, okay? And her car still got towed. It went on to the yard. After that, I was tired. Like when we had to do them games and stuff, I didn't feel like being bothered. I wanted to stay at the precinct. A lot of them didn't like sitting on the desk and doing walk-in reports and stuff. I loved it. They would be like, no, we wanted, the games were going on. They had to be out there doing traffic and stuff, handling and controlling the red lights. I didn't feel like standing out there down at the damn forum controlling the red lights and the poles and stuff. I want to be, so I would always say, because we had to take turns being on the desk. I would always go, do you want to change? I would ask the lieutenant, White says she don't want to be on the desk. Can I be on the desk? You want to sit on the desk all night? I'd be sitting on the desk. And I loved it. They were so young. They liked that action and stuff. I remember one time I saw LeBron James. That was when they were still doing we were still handling traffic at the pyramid. And we was out. I had to do that detail. I sure didn't want to do it. They were called details. I sure didn't want to do that detail. And so what we had to do, me and I believe her name was Bennett. I think she's an officer at the South Precinct now. What we had to do was we stopped traffic to let all of the NBA players out. They came out. Look, LeBron was in the car with another guy. And I'll never forget, they went towards the river. They went towards the downtown. They went towards the river zone. A lot of them lived on the river and still do. Yeah, I didn't like doing details. So when they asked me, well, do you want to go back to Crime Stoppers? I was like, yes. I was so happy. It was no longer like I was off on weekends. I was 8 to 4. And then we had just a cool major. Like Major Williams was just super cool. So all we did was take tips and do payouts. The first week of every month, we would go over to the coax and do payouts for tips. But I said that to say this: there are a lot of low down officers, and not just white officers, because there have been a lot of white officers that will cut you a break, and then it's some of the black officers that wouldn't. Because I remember this one time I was on the scene, and it was, of course, I was a senior traffic officer, and this police officer was and it was a white PST that was riding with me. He was a junior traffic officer. That black man, he was a police officer. He would not address me. He talked strictly to that white guy. He was trying to talk strictly to the white guy. And when I was trying to, because he called us to the scene because it was traffic. He didn't know how to write up the traffic report with his dumb ass. Okay. And I was trying to get an understanding. He did not want to address me. And that's another thing in fields like that, where it's male dominated. There are a lot of men that think that they are in authority. They are chauvinists. They have issues with women. With his butter teeth. Anyways, I just thank God. I thank God that things went the way that it went, because I was me and Martoya Lane was in the same class. We worked together in traffic. She was like the sweetest whenever we would ride together. I like riding with Martoya, with Lane. We call her Lane. I love riding with Lane because she was just so easygoing. She was just so sweet. And when we went back through the academy, at the same time to be P2s, which were police officers. I ended up injuring my hip. And right before Lane was killed, okay, I remember like we had gotten to the end of the class. We were getting ready to graduate. We had already been assigned, given our assignments. They had measured us for our uniforms. And I had downtown Alpha shift, which was the midnight shift, right? That would have been my assignment. And I remember OCU, the like the lieutenants and stuff had, while we were doing our practicums, they had already started coming out there and watching us in the gym, because that's what they do when a class gets ready to graduate. They look for new faces to come to OCU, to do drug buys and prostitution stings and all of that. Because after you've been over there so long, people know your face. So they always come out there to look at new recruits to pull them over there. So it's funny because I remember they were saying that they would, one of the lieutenants that I had worked in felony response with was over there. It's like, we're going to pull it, Thompson, we're going to pull you over there to OCU. And I ended up injuring my hip. I had to leave. I only had 5 weeks left before I graduated. And we were doing nothing but exercising, trying to get over the wall and all of that. And I climbed the wall and came down wrong and injured my hip or whatever. And I just feel like God pulled me away from that. But anyways, Martoya Lane ended up going to organized crime unit. And they did a sting. And Martoya had 4 little girls. They ended up doing a drug sting. And they broke into the house. And Martoya Lane was shot in the shoulder. She had on her vest, but she was shot in the shoulder. And the bullet traveled. And she was killed. And my friend, to this very day, he spoke about this yesterday. He said, you know what's so weird? You and her were in the same class. He said, have you seen the one of the yearbooks? He said, what's so weird is they got your picture. They mix y'all up. They got your picture and her name up under your picture. He said he said, how creepy is that? They got your picture and her name. I said, I always feel like God just pulled me from there because I was supposed to go to organized crime unit and work undercover. Would that have been me? You know? So I be thinking about that a lot. I hate that it was her because she was like, I'm glad that it wasn't me because I had 2 little girls too. But God does everything for a reason, everything. Right before she was killed, she was working a part-time job at that time at Walmart in Whitehaven. And so she was working part-time. That's when they had police officers working in Walmart. And I saw her in the electronic area and I was talking to her. And so she was like, Thompson, you need to be glad you didn't go back through because you ain't missed nothing. She was like, I be on a line every day looking for another job. She was disgusted with the police department, and it's so sad that she ended up getting killed in a line of duty. And she was so sweet. Let me show y'all how she looked. She was killed in 2012. You know, why did they have Lang doing drugs things? Like doing a drugs thing for Lang would have been like so like out of her character. I think like more so I think if she had did like prostitution stings, she seemed innocent, all of that. They should have kept her in that. I don't know, like she even me because I was real sweet, but I always had an undercurrent. Like I got a kick. Lang didn't even have no kick. Like she didn't have no undercurrents. She wasn't gonna argue. She wasn't gonna fight. None of that. She was just real easygoing and sweet. Did I show her picture? Here it is. Or here she is right here. This is her right here. She died December the 14th, 2012, right before Christmas. End of watch. Oh my God. And they're saying that Trevino was convicted of they gave him 40 years. Let's see.
Hey, I'm Brian Reed. This is Chief with Best Care. Memphis summers are tough on air conditioning. A tune-up now keeps it running strong all season. Right now, our AC tune-up is just $79. Quick, thorough, and a straight answer when we're done. And remember, when it comes to your comfort, you deserve the best.
Breaking news alert: the man convicted of killing a Memphis police officer who was also a mother was sentenced to 40 years behind bars.
WMC Action News 5's Jerry Askin has been in court all day and joins us live with new reaction from the Memphis Police Department. Director Mike Rawlings saying he hopes today brings the family closure. Jerry.
Yes, and defense lawyers say Trevino Campbell chose to apologize today to Martoya Lane's family. Trevino Campbell sat quietly in court today after learning he'll spend the next 40 years in prison. Now, today in court, you may imagine both families were emotional. Lane's family read statements as Campbell sat quietly, showing hardly no emotion. Campbell's family spoke too, saying he's not a bad person. We also saw Campbell's family praying outside the courtroom, and they were upset after hearing today's sentence.
I feel like the real killer is in the building, not behind the door, not behind the bars. We're done. I don't have nothing else to say.
We're going to appeal it, and he will have a fair trial. We're going to appeal it.
Now, let me just say this. I got to be honest. There were some rumors that it was friendly fire. Let me just say this. I love Martoya. Rest in peace to her. I don't know if there was protocol. Like, I don't know if they did proper protocol. I'm sure Martoya did not kick the door in, but they kicked the door in on that dude, and those were some little drug dudes, right? I think they had just gotten robbed before, and so so when they bust in on him, he didn't know if it was the real police or not, because I think what had happened was when they bust in on them, I don't know if they may have identified themselves, but I think he ended up shooting, not because he was trying to, I think he thought it was the same people coming back to rob him again, because if I'm not mistaken, when they bust in on him and robbed him before, they said that they was the narcs or whatever. Okay. So I don't think he was trying to kill her. It's so unfortunate. She had a vest on. He just hit her in the shoulder and it traveled, it traveled and it killed her. But then there had been rumors that it was friendly fire, which it could have been, because I remember that time with Turk. When that situation happened with Turk and those, I don't know how, I was working in felony response at the time. Turk came up there. Turk was messed up. Turk just had a little bit more money to fight, but those charges end up getting thrown out. They tried to charge Turk with shooting an officer, and it ended up being friendly fire. So that was thrown out, but they was going to put that on him. And then when Turk came up there that day, I would think that it was illegal. I'm glad to see Turk doing better now, because when Turk came up there that day, Turk was, I don't know what he was on. I don't know if he was on heroin or what, but he was messed up really bad. They was constantly having to try to walk with him because he was so messed up. Like, I'm talking about, he was really geeked out really bad. And I think that a person that was messed up on whatever he was on, like Turk was, they should not have been trying. It was illegal to even try to take a statement from him, but they was consistently trying to get a statement from him, being that he was out of his mind, like he was on drugs. That was totally illegal, So yeah, I think that ended up getting thrown out. But they tried to accuse Turk of friendly fire when of shooting one of those sheriffs, I believe, when it ended up coming out that it was friendly fire. And according to some people, I think, and I started hearing around the PD that with Martoya could have possibly been friendly fire. They gave him 40 years. I don't think they should have given him 40 years. I don't think that they should have. I don't think that he was trying to kill her, although what they was doing was wrong. Selling drugs. They had been robbed twice. I do believe, I remember hearing that they had been robbed twice, and the dudes that came in on them said that they were the police. And so this time he pulled out a weapon and shot, and it just so happened to be the police for real. So it's just an unfortunate situation, Involuntary, manslaughter, but of course she was a police officer, so I don't think he should have got 40 years. I'm sorry to say it. Lord knows I hope I'm not being disloyal to Lang. Lord knows because Lang got 4 little girls and stuff. Well, they're grown now. I really hope that I'm not saying or sending the wrong message. But I don't think he should have got 40 years because I don't think that he wanted. I really do believe he thought that he was being robbed again. It don't change anything. It don't change the fact that they were selling drugs or whatever. They shouldn't have been selling drugs, but I don't think it should have been a second-degree murder. I hope I'm not wrong, y'all. I really do hope I'm not being wrong when I say that, because I do feel like Lang was just a beautiful person, and it never should have happened to her. It should have never happened. I hate that it happened. But I have to be. I just don't. I don't think he was trying to kill her. It don't change the fact that he did kill her, possibly, because there was some rumors going around about some friendly fire. I don't know. Manslaughter. Manslaughter. Yeah, but to give him 40 years. And I knew it was going to happen because at that time Obama, it made national, and Obama spoke about her, in a press conference, and having 4 little girls and dying in a line of fire. So they I don't know what y'all think. I don't know what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think. Not you, Cypress. Everybody else, because I know what you're gonna say. Because Lang was a beautiful person, and that never should have happened to her. It never should have happened to her. So what y'all think as it relates to that situation? Think, or y'all don't remember the situation? Yeah. Let's see, he's been in there since 2017. So next year will be 10 years. I think, involuntary manslaughter, or manslaughter. Let's see how many years manslaughter carries. Manslaughter. I'll say manslaughter. Okay, so even if they voluntary manslaughter is a class C felony. So if he got manslaughter, if he got voluntary manslaughter, that they could have given him the max of 15 years, right? I think that's sufficient. The max of 15 years, and make him serve all 15. And so I think that would have been sufficient for that. Based on, I don't believe that he I really do believe that he thought that, I'm not trying to make it easy for these little criminals, these drug dealing criminals, but I think right is right. Voluntary manslaughter, give him the max of 15 years. So don't know what y'all think. Y'all help me. It's y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. His name Trevino Campbell. Let me look at his criminal history. He probably got that bait. Let me look at his criminal history. Was he a terror in the streets? I don't know. This system is so freaking slow. It was acting up earlier today. I think the system is down. Yeah, I think the portal is down. Oh, it's going slow. Anyway, y'all, what else is going on? So I don't know. I've been up and looking at Trench's news. Like I see, it seems like everybody has turned on Dirk. Everybody has turned. Hey, Hitter. Everybody has turned on Dirk. But you know, some people still think Dirk is going to be able to beat it. A lot of people still think he's gonna beat it. I guess because, you know, I guess they think he's gonna beat it because he beat the last charges, but I mean, he was able to blame everything on Vaughn. I don't think a lot of this stuff. I don't think he can blame on Vaughn now. I don't know. I think Dirk it was real stupid. Like Dirk was making all that money, and he was just insistent on being in a life of crime. I can't understand it for the life of me. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, you all. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to see what else is in the news. Hold on, you all. Hold on, y'all. Yellow Beezy trial and stuff is going on. I haven't really been paying close attention to it, or it's getting ready to start. When does Hilda? When does Yellow Beezy's trial starts for the Mo3 stuff? Let's see. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button if y'all haven't. If y'all have not hit the like button. Hold on, you all. Okay, so his trial starts Monday after next. Okay, well, I got a feeling that trial is not, I think it's gonna go on for about a couple weeks. His trial may go on for a couple weeks. Do y'all think he's gonna be convicted? I don't know. I think it's a bad time to be committing crime, especially if you anywhere around the rap industry, because I think they trying to prove some points. They trying to make a statement, especially if you are an entertainer. Especially if you are an entertainer. So but I'm sure the whole Mo3 sector gonna try to be at that trial. I wonder if they gonna televise it. I hope so. I hope they televise it. Because I would like to see. I kind of don't think Yellow is gonna get away with it. Well, I don't know if he did or not. I'll just say I kind of think that he probably gonna get convicted. Also, it's gonna be televised. Good. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Here it is right here. This is what I wanted to show y'all. This is what was very interesting. This is related to, they're saying related to Yella Beezy.
Like that is, oh, like what? Do y'all see this? I'm gonna order every color.
First, you hear the screams. Then moments later, you see the first responders. They're heading 2 doors down to this home where 27-year-old Lyric Backus and her 7-year-old son Deuce were found dead in the garage.
It was just mayhem. Everybody out here crying, screaming. The cops was out here, they taped it off.
Backus was a social media influencer. She had a clothing boutique and tens of thousands of followers. Family believes the pair died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Police are waiting on autopsies before confirming.
Well, I have 5 or 6, 7 questions. What woman you know, what mom you know, okay, pulls up, okay, to her house, hit the garage door, okay, to be open, pulls in, put the car in park, okay, close the garage, okay, and decides, oh, I'm going to go to sleep. Now, the son is old enough to speak, okay, and I'm sure he would have been saying, Mom, come on, let's go. Let's go in the house. Wake up. Like the perfect, but it don't make sense.
Oh, so now we're supposed to believe that a woman who built a whole empire dies in her garage by accident the same day she might have been ready to expose her baby daddy. Moving on, because this case got me heated and y'all need to hear.
Okay, so basically the gist of it is they're saying that this was Yellow Beezy's son, and they says that she had just posted about the day before on social media that she was getting ready to expose who her father was and expose her son's father. Her family is saying that it was everybody already knew. Okay, it was known that Yellow Beezy was the father of her son. Okay. And this was right. She was, this happened right before he was indicted, I do believe.
This. Ladies, let me ask y'all something that's going to make you think twice about the men you're protecting. If your man told you to keep your relationship secret for 7 years, would you do it? Because I'm about to tell you about a sister named Lyric Backus who did exactly that, and it got her and her 7-year-old son killed on her birthday. And the man she protected, he hasn't said a single word since they found her body. Not one. Y'all still think loyalty pays? You're watching Unheard Cries TV, where we talk about what happens when love turns lethal. We cover the cases they want you to forget. Domestic violence, relationship murders, and all the ways powerful men make women disappear when they become inconvenient.
So this is somebody fine-ass mama that don't look like somebody fine-ass mama.
Meet Lyric Backus, 27 years old, living in Seagoville, Texas, and absolutely killing the game. Now, when I say killing it, I don't mean she was just getting by or making ends meet. This woman had built herself a legitimate empire from.
We play it and then we have to stop and then start it up again.
Had figured out something that most people spend years trying to crack: how to turn your personal style into cold, hard cash. Every morning, this woman would wake up in that Seagoville house with the kind of energy that made other entrepreneurs jealous. She'd style herself in pieces from her own collection, snap photos that had her followers hitting that buy button faster than they could blink, and ship orders from coast to coast. But here's what made Lyric different from every other influencer out there chasing fame and followers. Her Instagram wasn't just pretty pictures. This woman had over 200,000 people hanging on her every word. And these weren't just casual followers scrolling past her content. These were customers. These were women who trusted Lyric's taste so much that when she said something was worth buying, they bought it. No questions asked. But girl, here's what made Lyric really special. She was doing all of this while raising a 7-year-old son, alone. And when I say alone, I mean alone. No baby daddy helping with school pickup. No man splitting the bills, no father figure showing up to birthday parties or parent-teacher conferences. Juice, that's what everyone called her little boy, was everything to Lyric. This kid wasn't just cute, he was magnetic.
I don't know. Ken said she was scamming. Ken, how you know she was scamming? Y'all know we play it and we have to stop it so we don't get no. How you know she was scamming, Ken? Does the baby look like Yellow Beezy?
When Lyric would bring him into her content, her comment section would absolutely explode. Heart emojis, love reactions, people begging for more content with him.
I was concerned about the little boy. Like, is he at school? Like, 'cause I know him and my daughter go to school right here.
He was in first grade at the local elementary school doing his homework at the kitchen table. While mama worked on inventory, going on weekend trips that somehow additional wealth while being the mother she never had growing up. Now here's where things get interesting, and by interesting I mean suspicious as hell. For all of Lyric's openness about her business, her success, her daily life with Juice, there was one topic that was completely off limits. One question that would make her change the subject faster than you could ask it. Who is Juice's father? Y'all, I need you to understand something about small communities like Seagoville, Texas. Population barely pushing 16,000. This is the kind of place where everyone knows which car belongs to which family, where neighbors still wave from their front porches, where a success story like Lyrics becomes the talk of every barbershop and beauty salon within a 20-mile radius. In a community like that, people notice things. They noticed how Lyric always showed up to school events alone. They know.
Okay, we have to play it and then stop it. They said they think that he is the pappy. He looks like him. He definitely looks like him. Okay, let's see.
Noticed that there were never any father figures in her holiday photos or birthday celebrations. They noticed that for 7 years, 7 whole years, not a single person could get this woman to say who had helped her make that beautiful little boy. And trust me, people tried. Comments asking about her dating life went unanswered. Questions about Juice's dad got quietly deleted. This wasn't accidental, this was calculated protection of her most vulnerable truth. But here's the thing about secrets in small communities. They don't stay secret, they become whispers. And those whispers, they follow you everywhere. At Juice's school events, other parents would observe how Lyric always arrived alone. During community gatherings, folks would watch her interact with her son and start making their own connections. Physical resemblances don't lie, y'all. And in Dallas's tight-knit social circles, certain resemblances to certain local celebrities became conversation topics at hair salons and barbershops. The Dallas music scene is smaller than you think. Insiders know things. They recognize patterns. They've seen this movie before. Successful, intelligent women who build their own brand.
My thing is, if Yellow Beezy is not married, he's not married. So why would she need to hide who the baby daddy is?
Brands while maintaining careful distance from their children's famous fathers. Women who understand the rules of a very particular game. Now, I can't confirm this because the man in question has stayed silent as a church mouse, but sources in the Dallas music scene have been whispering for years about alleged connections between Lyric and a prominent rapper.
So listen, you guys, I just have something on my mind real quick, and I just need to get it off of my chest. So I'm on TikTok, okay, minding my business, being nosy. Like I always do. okay, oh, you know, the little, they was like, why you got Yellow Beezy name up there? He ain't have nothing to do with it. So I'm like, okay, all right. So they was talking about, yeah, because she passed away in the garage. Now I do not want to say her name because I do not want her to be visiting me, trying to tell me what happened to her when I'm trying to handle my business. Okay. So I'm like reading, they was like, yeah, she was in the garage and this, that, that, that. And I'm like,
We're talking about someone with millions of followers, chart-topping hits, and everything to lose if certain truths came to light. This wasn't just any musician either. This was someone who commanded respect in the hip-hop community, sold out venues, had collaborations with major artists, the kind of person whose image was worth protecting at all costs. And for 7 years, Lyric apparently played by the rules. No public acknowledgement, no family photos, no father-son moments shared with the world. She built her empire, raised her son, and kept her mouth shut about the one thing everyone wanted to know. But here's what Lyric might not have realized. Sometimes the very arrangement that provides security becomes the foundation for your destruction. Because when you live in the shadows of someone else's life, it becomes easier for that someone to make you disappear entirely. February 9th, 2024 was approaching. Lyric's 28th birthday. She had every reason to celebrate. Her business was thriving, her son was healthy and happy, and she'd built the kind of life most people only dream about. But what she didn't know was that this birthday would be her last, and the secret she'd protected for 7 years. It was about to become the reason she and Little Juice would never see another sunrise. Because here's what sources close to Lyric later revealed. Her 28th birthday had become more than just a celebration. It had become a breaking point. After 7 years of keeping someone else's secret, after years of protecting a man who wouldn't even acknowledge her publicly, Lyric had apparently reached her limit. Friends say she'd been talking about setting the record straight, about telling her truth. Some even claim she'd been drafting text messages that would expose everything she'd been hiding for 7 years. Let me tell you something. When a woman who's been silent for 7 years finally decides to speak up, that's when she becomes dangerous to the men who've been using her silence. And dangerous women, well, they have a way of ending up dead. February 9th, 2024. Lyric Bacchus woke up with the kind of energy only a birthday can bring. 28 years old, successful business owner, devoted mother. She had every reason to celebrate. Her Instagram stories that morning showed her usual radiant smile, makeup perfectly applied, excitement radiating through the screen. Birthday girl mode activated, she captioned her morning selfie. The comments flooded in immediately. Hundreds of heart emojis, birthday wishes, love from her loyal followers. Everything looked perfect. Everything looked normal. But here's the thing about that word normal. It's usually the calm before the storm. The morning routine was typical. Getting Juice ready for school, packing his backpack, sharing their usual mother-son banter over breakfast. Neighbors later recalled seeing them leave together around 7:30 in the morning. Lyric walking her son to the car with that protective hand on his shoulder she was known for. She dropped him off at school.
Okay, y'all know I can't play it all the way through. I have to play some and then stop it. They said, didn't he pay for the funeral service? I don't know. According to this, he didn't. I don't know though. I think the family said they had not heard anything. He didn't even acknowledge nothing.
Waved goodbye through the window and went to handle some business errands. Just another day in the life she'd built from nothing, or so it seemed. By afternoon, Lyric had picked up Juice from school. Security footage from a nearby gas station would later show them stopping for snacks around 3:15. Juice grabbing his favorite chips while Lyric filled up the tank. They were laughing, completely normal, completely unaware that these would be their final moments of joy. They arrived home to their Seagoville house just after 4 in the afternoon. The same house where Lyric had built her empire, where Juice had learned to ride his bike, where birthday celebrations had happened before. But this time something was different. Whether those text messages she'd been drafting were actually sent on February 9th, we may never know. Because conveniently, Lyric's phone records from that day have never been made public. But what we do know is that between 4 o'clock when they got home and 8 o'clock, went 4 hours without checking your phone, without responding to a text, without posting on social media, on your birthday for that matter. I mean, I might get not responding, but at least coming online to see what's happening on that special day of yours. Because that's exactly what happened with Lyric. And for a woman whose entire business depended on staying connected, that should have been the first red flag. By 8 o'clock, her best friend Jessica was calling repeatedly. By 9, family members were texting frantically. By 10, panic had set in. Lyric never missed important calls, never went silent on her birthday, never left people wondering where she was. At 11:47 at night, Jessica made the call that would change everything.
Begin tonight in Dallas County, where detectives are investigating the death of a mother and her little boy.
Seagoville police were called to a welfare check last week when relatives couldn't get in contact with them, and officers found the mother and son both unresponsive inside their home.
It was just mayhem. Everybody out here crying and screaming. The cops out here had taped it off. The community response was immediate and heartbreaking. Within hours, flowers appeared on the front lawn. Neighbors gathered in small groups trying to make sense of what had happened to the woman and child they'd watched build a life together. But here's where things start getting really suspicious, and I need y'all to pay attention because what happened next doesn't sit right with me. And it shouldn't sit right with you either. Now, the family believed the pair died from carbon monoxide poisoning. The police were waiting on autopsies before confirming anything. But the community started asking questions that nobody wanted to answer.
Well, I have 5 or 6, 7 questions. What woman you know, what mom you know, okay, pulls up, okay, to her house, hit the garage door, okay, to be open, pulls in, put the car in park, okay, close the garage, okay, and decides, oh, I'm going to go to sleep. Now, the son is old enough to speak, okay, and I'm sure he would have been saying, Mom, come on, let's go. Let's go in the house.
Okay, here it is.
Okay. So I just have a question. What y'all think about it? Because I just feel like y'all sweeping up under the rug too easy for me. Okay. It sounds easy, don't it? It sounds like the perfect, but it don't make sense to me. Just help me out. So as a parent, your kids in the car, you don't mind. You open, you do all these steps. Do. These are steps that has to be done. Okay? Please don't tell me she back then. Okay? I'm just saying. All these steps that has to be done. Open the garage, put the car in park, close the garage. And you decide to snuggle in the front seat and be like, because I want to get in my bed. I don't know.
But you know what? The community wasn't the only one asking these questions. The police response was swift and decisive. Carbon monoxide poisoning, tragic accident, no foul play suspected. Hold up. Case closed already? Let me get this straight. A successful businesswoman and social media influencer dies under mysterious circumstances on her birthday, along with her child, and we're supposed to believe that's just an accident. No investigation into who might have wanted them gone. No car had been running. No explanation for why a successful businesswoman and her young son would be sitting in a garage with a running car on her birthday. No discussion of whether the garage door opener had been tampered with. The timeline remained frustratingly vague. Medical examiner's office refused to provide specifics. Even more troubling, the complete absence of any mention of witness interviews. In a residential neighborhood where houses sit close together, nobody heard a car running for hours. Nobody noticed anything unusual. And here's the $1,000,000 question as in 2024. Cameras are everywhere. Doorbell cameras, security systems, traffic lights. Yet not a single piece of video evidence was released showing Lyric's final day. Ladies, when evidence disappears this fast, and cases get closed this quietly, that usually means someone with money and power made sure it happened that way. Someone who had everything to lose if the investigation went too deep. But you know what the most telling part of this whole situation is? The professional silence that followed, while Seagoville mourned, while the community demanded answers, while Lyric's friends organized vigils and asked hard questions, the alleged father of her child, radio silence. Not a tweet, not an Instagram story, not even a generic rest in peace post. Nothing. Now I want you all to think about this for a second. If someone you'd allegedly been connected to for 7 years died under mysterious circumstances, along with a child who might be yours, what would your reaction be? Even if you had to keep the relationship private, wouldn't you find some way to acknowledge the loss? But this man couldn't even manage that. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that silence isn't just suspicious, it's calculated. Because when you say nothing, you can't be quoted. When you don't acknowledge someone publicly, you can't be connected to them legally. Moving on, because that's silence. It was about to get even louder. Legal experts understand the strategy, right? When you're potentially connected to a high-profile death case, even tangentially, your attorney's first advice is simple: say nothing. Every word can be used against you in ways you never anticipated. But this wasn't just any case. This involved a 7-year-old child who may have been his own flesh and blood. This involved a woman who had allegedly kept his secrets for 7 years. 7 years of loyalty, 7 years of protection, 7 years of building her life around keeping his comfortable. And when she dies under mysterious circumstances, when the community is crying out for answers, when little Juice, who might carry his DNA, is being lowered into the ground, not one word. The pattern here isn't unique, though, and that's what makes it so infuriating. We've seen it before in the entertainment industry. When scandal threatens, when questions arise, when accountability comes knocking, the walls go up. Publicists craft carefully worded statements. Lawyers issue cease and desist orders. The celebrity machine protects the brand at all costs. But here's what keeps me up at night about this case, and what should keep y'all asking questions in these comments. If this truly was just a tragic accident, why not offer support to the grieving community? Why not honor the memory of a woman who had allegedly been part of your life? Why not acknowledge a child who may have carried your DNA? The questions multiply with each passing day. Was this silence guilt? Was it legal strategy? Was it simple indifference? Or was it something much more calculated? The final act of a man who had spent 7 years treating a woman and child like they were disposable. And let's talk about those text messages that apparently never got released. Because you know there had to be communication between Lyric and this alleged father. Seven years of relationship doesn't happen in complete silence, but more importantly, sources close to Lyric claim she'd been drafting messages in the weeks before her death, messages that would have exposed everything she'd been keeping secret. Friends say she was tired of living in the shadows, tired of protecting someone who wouldn't protect her back. And on her 28th birthday, she may have finally decided to hit send on those messages that could have destroyed his carefully crafted image. But here's the $1 million question: if those messages were sent, where are they now? Why haven't Lyric's phone records from February 9th ever been made public? What happened to the evidence that could have shown us exactly what she knew and who she was threatening to expose? The investigation wrapped up faster than a drive-through order, but the questions linger. Who benefits from keeping this case closed? Who had the influence to make sure certain evidence never saw the light of day? And why was the community's demand for answers met with such institutional silence? Let me tell you something that every woman watching this needs to understand. When you spend years protecting a man's reputation while he treats you like a secret, you're not building security, you're building your own trap. Lyric Bacchus was a successful, intelligent, beautiful woman who could have had any man she wanted, but she chose to love someone who made her invisible. She chose loyalty over self-preservation. She chose his comfort over her own truth. And when she finally decided she was tired of being hidden, when she was ready to step into the light and claim her place, that's when she became dangerous. That's when the protection stopped and the elimination began. Because powerful men don't just walk away from women who know their secrets, they make sure those women can never tell those secrets. Girl, this case isn't just about Lyric and Juice. This is about every woman who's ever been told to stay quiet for his career, every mother raising a child alone while the father lives his best life publicly,
Let me say this. If he did this, I don't think he did it because she was planning to expose, that she had a son with him. If he did this, it was because she knew some stuff that's probably going on with him right now, because this happened in February of 2024. So this happened 2 years ago. When was he indicted? When did they indict Yella Beezy?
Sister who thinks that keeping his secrets will somehow make him choose her. Here's my final question for you, and I want honest answers in the comments. When you look at this case, the mysterious circumstances, the rushed investigation, the calculated silence from someone who allegedly shared 7 years with this woman, what do you see? Do you see a tragic accident? Or do you see what happens when loyalty flows in only one direction and secrets become more valuable than lives? What really happened in that garage on February 9th, 2024? The official answer is carbon monoxide poisoning, but the real answer, that's still out there waiting for someone brave enough to speak up. Drop your theories below, subscribe and hit that notification bell, because cases like this don't get solved by staying quiet. They get solved by communities like ours who refuse to let the truth stay buried. Lyric Bacchus and Juice deserved better. They deserved protection. They deserved acknowledgement. They deserved the truth. And until we get it, their story will continue to be told. Because when powerful people think they can make problems disappear, it's up to us to make sure those problems stay visible. So what? You think this was really just an accident? Or do you see the pattern that I see? Another successful Black woman silenced when she became inconvenient to a powerful man. I said what I said. Your move, Dallas, period. If you want to see more cases.
Wow. So what do you all think? They had video from the gas station of her and her son laughing and playing. She was pumping gas and he went and got him some chips, like moments before she pulled in her garage. Do you all think that she committed suicide to the side? I don't. And they said her friend said she was getting ready to expose him. Now they're saying that that the baby was his. She knew his secrets. I don't think that's what she was going to expose. I think she knew about what was this. I think she knew a lot of detail about what he's get ready to go to trial for right now, because she was taken out, or this happened in February of 2024. What do you all think? Type in the comments if y'all think it didn't have anything to do with it. Ken said she was a scammer. She could have been, Ken, but do you think that Yella Beezy has something to do with this? Because her friends and family said he didn't even reach out to even acknowledge that her and the baby were no longer here. Or y'all think it was a freak accident? But who sits in a garage with the car on and get carbon monoxide poisoning? Nobody is saying anything. Let me see. What was her name? Lyric. I'm gonna see if he paid for her service. The family say he didn't do anything. She said it sounds like somebody wanted to silence her. Yeah, especially if she had just posted she was getting ready to expose some stuff. He might have been scared. She had been with him for 7 years. So I'm sure she knew all about the Mo3 stuff. He didn't know what she was going to do. Mm. I mean, what happened is definitely suspicious. It is. They said her and the baby was still in the car. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Y'all, it seems like it's just taking forever for me to take these braids out. I'm still trying to take braids out. I don't know why in the back, it just seems like it just never ends. I get through with the front real quick. The back, it takes forever. I tell you. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. What else been going on in the news? Like I said, I've been paying attention to that little Dirk stuff very closely. I have. I find that extremely interesting. This situation with Dirk. I wonder, has Dirk been given a trial date, or they still indicting him on stuff? They still superseding indictments and all of that. They doing everything they can to make sure Dirk is buried. They're gonna get him on. They're gonna try to get him on something. And if he gets off, if Dirk gets off, shoot, everybody turned on him. He just need to go home, and I mean, God gonna get him on the back end anyways, because he got to pay for what he did. But I'm sure he going through a lot right now. He getting a lot of his payback, you know. But because when you sit up and you kill people, you conjure them demonic spirits. They, you know, the Grim Reaper comes to, them spirits surround you, and you have to pay for that. When you call yourself gonna play God and take somebody out, it comes back to haunt you. But if he just so happens to get off, I'm sure he already know he can't trust nobody but his wife and his mama. That's it. Because everybody and their mama turned on him. I mean, even Dirk mama was saying that the people at the church and everything that was kissing her butt when Lil Durk was giving back and all of that, they done turned on her. They done turned their back on her. I guess they feel like they can't get nothing else out of her. I mean, but that's the reason. But that's and she seemed bothered by it too. That's the reason why you have to know who you are when you dealing in celebrity stuff, because people will build you up, and they'll be the same people to try to tear you down. So that's why you have to know who you are, because if you believe what people say when they praising you, you'll believe them when they start to down you. I said church is about money. Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing, it's a lot of good pastors, but I think some of these pastors that was just like pimps, like they've made it really bad for like a lot of the younger generation. They don't trust that you had them, not even believing in God based on some of these pastors, what they do. My dad used to say everybody one call, some of these folks just went. And that's the truth. They say, I was called. Now you weren't called, you just went. I tell you. Y'all, what else has been going on? It's open topic, so we talk about anything. I'm cutting braids and stuff out. And talking to y'all. And then after I finish, I'm going to shampoo my hair and condition it real good. Hey, New Money, how are you? I don't know, y'all. I was also thinking about, y'all, what is it going to take for our community to get better? Like, it seems like our people are so lost, a lot of our people. And it's a lot of people in our community is totally intelligent, capable of leading, it's a lot of Black people that are totally educated, got common sense, all of that good stuff. But it just seemed like our community is thrown off. And it's got a lot to do with us, too. Because, I think, especially with the leadership in Memphis, a lot of the leadership, some of these people get into leadership, or they become kind of well known. And they do that so that they can get the people to trust them. And then what they start trying to do is promote people that are no good for the community because they pay them money. So, yeah, we got to get rid of bad apples. But, but people like why isn't that happening? What are y'all over there doing? Get over here. Why isn't get over here? Why isn't that happening though? How do I think the lawsuit against Bag is valid? Well, if she got a contract, if she has a contract, if she has text messages, if she has any type of proof, okay, there's going to be some type of validity to it. I'm sure she's not going to get 100 million because he ain't got it. Okay, she already know that. But if she got text messages, contract, any type of proof, he gonna have to pay up. And I mean, and she probably do got some type of contract. I mean, contracts don't mean nothing to him. That's the reason why them creditors be at him, because he don't care about no contracts. Mm-hmm. She's been real quiet. Has she said anything lately? I hope she got a husband, or a man that can protect her. Hey, Ebony. Well, I'm sure her lawyer probably has told her not to say anything. So I'm sure she's probably just looking to get some type of settlement. And if she got the paperwork, she gonna get it. Not unless he filed bankruptcy or something. I'm glad that you do, Ebony. Thank you for the flowers and the jewels. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. I guess I got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Oh my God. 16, 18. I still got 19 braids. Oh my God. Oh, I don't care how many I take out. It seemed like it just 19 braids is a lot of braids. I don't know. I guess they be having them bunched up in the back Because it seemed like it'd be more in the back than the front. Yeah. I wonder if Moneybagg is gonna put out an album. Is he going to put Finesse was on live earlier. I think Finesse stressed out. But Finesse making real good money on stream. Finesse is making a lot of money on stream. And he be on stream all day. But I think Finesse 2 Times need to I think Finesse 2 Times need to go to a rehab. I think he need to go get in a rehab because he messed up. Poor old thing. He messed up. So I guess I got 18 braids left now. Shoot. I will stop, but 18 braids is a lot of braids. Maybe I should wash my head with the braids in there. If they're soft, they might just slide on out. I probably should have did that anyways. If they're wet, it'd be easier to slide out. Hey, I digress. I don't have anything in particular to talk about today. I just wanted to get on and chat with you all and let y'all basically bring up the topics. Yeah. There's a lot going on in Memphis. I've been seeing quite a bit of shootings. It's sad. Like I've been seeing a lot of shootings in Memphis. Like it's really disturbing just to see all of these shootings and stuff. How people are just messed up. Hey Tam, when will you be bringing the black doctor on? He's an Indian doctor. Let me send him a minute. Where my phone at? He normally texts me every morning. He ain't texted me. I'm gonna send him a text message tonight and see if he'll come on tomorrow. Because we need him to come on to speak about some things. Where my phone at? See, my shoes came today, y'all. I'm in these boxes and they look so cute. I'm gonna text him tonight. Let me show y'all my shoes that came today. Y'all know I've been showing out, y'all. I got on the scale this morning. I've lost more weight. Oh, y'all. Oh my God, y'all. I am so getting back to myself. I am so freaking happy. Let me show y'all my heels that came today. And they look cute on me. I know the men don't be wanting to see this. Like, oh, why she always showing her heels? Here they go right here, y'all. I got that color right there, and they look so freaking cute. They look so freaking cute, and they're not even as tall. They're not even that tall because I think they're like maybe 3 inches. I think they're like 3 inches. And I went into dealers the other day, and let me tell y'all something. I mean, in Macy's, and here's the thing: they are on the clearance rack. They are cheaper if you go into the store because I got it on sale. Well, now it was $49 on here, but when I went into the store, it was like $23. They didn't have the green in the store. They sold out. And I had been waiting for that green because I know sometimes they'll find the shoe and they'll add it back into the stock online and other stores from out of town. I have been checking every day. I saw one in a size 8 the other day. They had just put it up. And I hurry up and got it. And you see that size 8, I got the last one. When they added it back to the stock, I got that color. But when I went into the store the other day, I got this color and it looks nice. And I normally don't like no white shoe, but that shoe is not white. I got it because I was like, dog, you know, it's not white. If I was to put on like a casual outfit, like a black casual outfit or whatever, or if I wanted to wear like a suit, a black suit with like that's more like a beige or something. What color does that shoe look to y'all? Because I don't wear no white shoes. It's not white. It's like offish white. They say it's light pearl, but I got that one and I went into the store. It's like $23. It was on the clearance rack. So I got that one the other day and I got this one today, this green one. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I like that brown. That's a brown right there. I kind of like that brown. If when they take that brown on sale, I might get it. Cause I like to wear like red and brown a lot. I really do. I like to wear red and browns. And I always and this is my thing too. I love to get a cute gray dress and put on some red heels with it. I don't know what it is, like it just pops. Cause yeah, it's like a bone color. And here, y'all, I really overdid it. Here, I'm gonna show y'all the shoes I ordered today. I ordered them today, y'all. I did too much, but they are on sale. I'm not gonna order no more shoes though. I'm not gonna order anymore. I've just been so happy to get back to myself. Let me show y'all. These are the ones I ordered today. I ordered this emerald green shoe right here. Now this heel is not as tall as the heels I normally get, but I like it though. I would be able to walk in it longer. It's almost 3 inches. It's almost 3 inches. I got this emerald green and I got this deep oxblood red. That is so nice. You could dress those. You could dress up in those shoes. You could really dress up in those shoes. I'm able to get back in my suits and stuff now. And I remember I used to buy so many suits, like Tahari suits. Oh my freaking God. Like I got so many Tahari suits. I love them. I would get them from Macy's, from Dillard's. I had gained all that weight. I had stopped buying suits because I was like, I refuse to buy a size 12 or a size 14. I was like, I refuse to buy a size 12 suit or a size 14. So I am not going to buy any suits until I can get back into my 10s. And y'all, I've lost so much weight. And look, I got on the scale today. I lost 29 pounds. I've lost 2 more pounds. So my mama was like, oh my God, girl, you looking just like my mama again. I look just like my mom's mother. Like the dress I got on today, I bought this dress from Kohl's, and it is such a nice dress. If my hair, I will show it to y'all. If my hair I want to look like Aquanisha, somebody will screenshot me. And it's like I could not get in it. When I pulled that dress, I was like, let me try my dress on. When I pulled that dress down, it got over my breast. My back ain't big no more. I mean, my breasts have gone down some, but I had gotten out of, y'all, my back had got so wide. I was like in a 30, like I couldn't wear my 36D bras no more. I couldn't wear them. So I was like in a 38D, a 40D. I didn't like it. Y'all, I've been getting back in my 36D bras. I put my bra on, my 36Ds, and I buckle it up and my breast sits straight up. I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna show y'all the dress. Child, I am never gaining that much weight. Don't y'all know at my biggest, y'all, I thought that I couldn't lose weight. I thought that I could not lose weight. Like, I was like, Lord, what is going on? I can't lose weight. Like, even when I wasn't eating, like, I was not able to lose weight. I couldn't take the Phentermines because they make my fingers hurt. So I was like, I don't know what's going on with me, but it was a hormonal thing. Of course, I was depressed. Like, after my dad died, I went into a depression. So it was just all of that going on with my body. And it had a lot to do with weight. A lot of people feel like women that gain weight, that they're overeating. A lot of it is a hormonal thing, especially when you are depressed, and it's the hormones. That's why I don't understand how women, because I've always been, I was always thick, but I was always thick in like the right places, right? I was never fat. I had gotten fat. Like at my biggest, I was like at 200. I remember I went to the doctor and I got on the scale and I just started crying. Like the doctor was like, well, I mean, he was like, well, don't cry about it. Like all you got to do is just start exercising. And then he was like, do you want me to put you on some antidepressant? I was like, no, I don't want to be on no antidepressant. But he didn't even say anything about hormonal stuff. Like I had to start learning about hormonal stuff as you get older. Like how it makes your weight fluctuate. I got on the scale. I was 246 pounds. I was crying. I called my mama crying. I was so freaking depressed. I was. And to have lost like so much weight now. And I go to my kickboxing class. And I thank God, like I don't have no meat that hang. Because even when I was carrying that weight, it didn't look like it. People was like, you don't look like it. It always looked like I was like 220 pounds or something like that. But to have lost that much weight, to be getting back into my clothes, because when you gain weight, your feet get wide. Like I couldn't wear my heels. I refused to like buy stiletto heels because I have so many. I got like over 500. But I've been giving some of them away because I don't wear some of them no more. But I was like, dog, like the shoes were tight on my feet. I just didn't feel right. I couldn't get into none of my suits. I couldn't get into none of my sundresses. So what I did was I bought like all the Victoria's Secret tights. So this is how I would dress myself up. My attire, especially in the wintertime, was I would buy Victoria's Secret tights and cute shirts and boots. Okay, stretch pants, big shirts and boots, or big balloon dresses, because I still, my legs and stuff was still nice. So big balloon, big swingy dresses, okay, with flip-flops. And to be able to strut in my stiletto heels and stuff now, I went into a meeting the other day. My coworkers was like, "What? Where you going?" I had them stilettos on stepping. I was like, "This is me. This is, this is how I am." Y'all may not have known that, but this is like I'm just like back to my normal self. This is how I always was. Ask anybody with MPD, anybody that knew me when I was working at 201 Poplar, all those years, they knew me for being a girl with the stiletto heels, walking through strutting in my stilettos. She says, "I'm struggling with weight loss myself. I'm perimenopause and have had fertility issues for 20 years. Oh, wow. Let me tell you something. For that perimenopause, get Black Girl Vitamins. Black Girl Vitamins. Get the PCOS. Also email me. I'm going to give you some stuff to get that red clover and some of that Mary Ruth's iron and stuff like that. And also you need to get you some what is the name of that? Oh my God, that I be taking black seed oil. Because see, what iron would do is, and I had stopped taking iron because iron constipates me. So it's not, but that's not good though. You need your mineral and you need your vitamin. The reason why so many people start graying is because they don't have copper. Is a mineral that we need, and it keeps the melanin that we need. Like when we don't have the melanin that we need, I was reading about it. Like your hair starts to get gray, but copper helps to slow the gray process down. And all there's so many minerals we don't have. A lot of people think that they're taking vitamins, they're okay, but we need vitamins and minerals. We need minerals even more than vitamins. Send me an email. I'm gonna tell you all the stuff that I'm taking that has been helping me. I've been having so much energy. I'm gonna get me a man real soon, because at first I ain't have no energy, but somebody loosely, because I can't be nobody that's gonna get on my nerves or nothing. But I just been having the energy more, because when you have all your minerals and stuff, it changes. Like I was so sluggish, like I didn't want to do anything. I was tired. I laid around all the time. I didn't have the energy to do nothing. That has totally changed. I know y'all hear me say all the time when I say, "Oh, I've been cleaning out my cabinets." Like I had stuff in my cabinets, like packages in my cabinets from, shoot, I was throwing away some stuff the other day. Like one cabinet, I threw all of the food out, like everything, like stuff that had expired in 2022. I was like, get this shit up out my cabinet, just taking out and throwing out stuff. Like the energy is totally back. And I thank the Lord. I do. I just thank God. Gigi says, yes, Black Girl Vitamins help me with that flat. Yes, and it helps with your flashes too. Yes, it does. I love Black Girl Vitamins and I love Mary Ruth's. Make sure you get you some, and I want the men to do this too. Men are so freaking hard-headed. I want the men to get them some selenium, because that helps to fight off cancer. Selenium, and get an iodine pill and take the iodine pill twice a week. Take the selenium 3 times a week. Thank you. I digress. When you take your vitamins and your iron and stuff like that, your hair and stuff grow back so fast. Like my hair has always been thick, but wearing those braids, it had really took a toll on my edges. My edge is so healthy now. Yes, selenium is great. It's a mineral that the body needs. And I was listening to this this doctor from over in London do an interview, and they're talking about cancer. And the doctor just said boldly, he said, why don't the American doctors tell the American people to take a selenium vitamin, a selenium pill, get selenium supplements? That will cut down on all of that. He said, I don't understand why they're not promoting selenium in the United States. Yes, oil of oregano is really good too. I got some oil of oregano that I ordered from off of. It helps to clean out your digestive system. Oil of oregano, like all of that, like the all of that, those tapeworms and stuff that you have in your intestine and all of that, oil of oregano kills all of that. And then too, y'all, I don't think it's no more men in here. I think the men left. It's just us up in here, ladies. And I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. I was going through the change where my period and stuff was not coming on. Since I've been taking them vitamins, I've been taking the red clover, the black girl vitamins, the liquid iron, Mary Ruth liquid iron, child, that period then started coming on back down. And so I was good with it not coming down. But my doctor was saying though, and these doctors don't want to do anything. He didn't even try to tell me. He was like, I tested your blood. You're not in menopause. You should still be having a period. You're still ovulating. And he told me one time, you're still, I don't know how he would know that. You're still ovulating at the rate of a woman that's 29 years old. I said, I know damn well. I said, listen, my period comes when it don't come as much anymore. Child, it's coming. It started coming back down. But it could be too because I'm losing all this weight. My metabolism is burning again. I'm exercising. Like my body is regulating. My body is regulating. Now I could have did without the cycle. I'm just telling you that right now. I could have did without her. Oh, I'm sorry. He said, Miss T, I am a man. I'm sorry. I'm just talking about cycles and stuff. And y'all, jumping rope is good too. I love to jump rope. Jumping rope is good. Jump rope helps you to, he said, I'm 51, all grown. Okay. Jump rope helps you to lose that belly. Y'all get y'all a jump rope. Make sure y'all get a jump rope. You could jump rope at home. Mm-hmm. So when you start feeling good, it just feels so good. I started thinking about, I was like, I got some sundresses that are 14s. I was buying sundresses and stuff like in extra large and in 14s. I'm gonna give them away. So if you're 14, I'll give you some of these sundresses because I'm never gonna be able to wear them again because I'm never going back to a 14. I'm almost back in I'm making it back to my 10s. I'm out of my extra large tights. They ain't tight no more. They loose. I'm back in my large tights. When I get back into my mediums, I'll be back to myself. Okay, I got some 14 sundresses. Some of them in that closet I've never even taken the tag off of. And I ain't going to get a chance to wear them because I'm never going to be a 14 again. Oh, let me show y'all the dress that hold on. I think I got this dress from Kohl's. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Hold on, I think I got this dress from Kohl's. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I got it from Old Navy. Because I've been buying a lot of stuff from Old Navy and Gap. I get a lot of stuff from Old Navy and Gap too. I don't know where I got it from. I thought I got it from Kohl's. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. These dresses right here, you can't go wrong when you get these dresses right here. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Hold on. Let's see who this is. Hello? Hold on, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Let me call him back. I wonder why he hang up when I answered the phone. Hold on. I wonder why the phone ain't ringing. Oh, yeah, that was Mr. N. I'm trying to call him back. Y'all, I'm gonna show y'all some dresses that you cannot go wrong in getting, and I think everybody should get them. I wear these all the time. They are so comfortable. I love them so much. I wonder why his phone ain't ringing. Y'all, I got that green one. I love that dress right there. Oh my God, it is so comfortable. I love it. And I was able to, I got a large one. I got this green one. I get a lot of compliments. It's big, it's comfortable. And I got the blue one. I don't have that one, but I think I'm going to get it. I think I'm going to get that one. That pink one. I don't like that color. But I think I'm going to get that color. Y'all, those dresses are so comfortable. They're nice, and they're $17. So you can't beat that. And I'm gonna show y'all something else. I got this, and I wear this. It's flowy. It's almost like a balloon, and I wear them with heels, and I get a lot of compliments. Not that color though. Okay, the color I got, it ain't on here no more. It's $8, but it looks really nice. I got the black one. I got the all black. It's really nice. And I have all of these colors. I love short dresses, comfortable short dresses and flip-flops. I got all of those, and they're only $8. I got all of them, and I wear them all the time. Comfortable dresses and flip-flops, really nice. I got this green one, the short one, and they're really short too. They're really short. I like short dresses though, with flip-flops. I got that color. I got the black. I don't have the navy. I don't have the navy one though. I don't have the navy. That one, those are nice. Oh, and I love dresses with pockets on them. I like short dresses with pockets on them. You could dress up or down. I normally put on heels with them to dress them up. You could dress it up or down, flip-flops or heels. And they're really cute. Let's see my color. I got the black one. I want to say I got this one. And then in the wintertime, you could wear them with boots. You could wear them with boots. And if you want to, you could put tights up under them. Yeah, I dress comfortably too. I like clothes that you could dress up or down. And because I be ordering so much stuff from Old Navy. I'm telling y'all, I order a lot because they run a lot of sales. And their stuff be like $8, stuff like that. Dresses like these swing dresses. This right here is so me. This right here is so me. These swing dresses like this is me. This is so me. My mom would be like, you need to cover them fat legs up. But I love putting on boots and stuff with stuff like this, or putting in some slide-in heels, or you could wear flip-flops. You could dress it up or down. That's so me. And what else? I get my grandbaby a lot of Disney stuff from here too. But if you want sundresses for cheap and stuff, Old Navy and the Gap is the place. Old Navy and Gap is the place. And Kohl's. Now these are my, I'm able to get back into my dresses. Let me show y'all these dresses. They used to be really expensive. They're not as much anymore. I promise you, I love them so much. This is one of my favorites. One of my favorite designers. Right here. Free people like dresses like this, like these long dresses like this. Oh my God, so me. I got that dress right there. Free people, I love their stuff. I hadn't seen this one. Because they have a lot of high-low dresses. I ain't going to even tell no story, y'all. I'm getting that dress. Yeah, I'm getting that dress. I'm telling you that right now. I love it. Look, it's high-low. It's kind of long in the back, short in the front. That is so me. And I could put my boots, because I wear a lot of bear paw boots. I've already gotten all the bear paw boots with the heels on them, so I still got them. I got all the colors. You dress it up with that. Like, even like in the fall time, you're going out with your friends, you put on your boots with it. I don't even think they continued the ones that I be wearing with the heel on them. And the fur on them. Hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all. Yeah, the ones that got y'all, I don't think they yeah, because see, they selling them on Poshmark now. I'm getting ready to show y'all. But I got these in black and in red. These particular ones right here. These. And they are very comfortable. I wear these all of the time in the winter. But I got the gray. The gray ones don't have heels on them. I got these red ones. I got them in it's got multiple colors on them though. See, I be getting them when they're on sale. I didn't like the white. I don't really like white shoes. Hold on, y'all. Let me call Mr. Ian back. Mr. Ian called. He told me to give him a shout out. I'm getting ready to call him back. I don't know why the phone wasn't ringing. What's up? What you doing?
You called me while I was eating. I had called you before I started eating. What's going on though?
Nothing. I got you on the show. You want to say hello to the people?
Well, that's not good because I was calling you to schedule for Monday.
Oh, were you? Well, yeah. Monday at what time?
You let me know your regular show time.
Okay. Well, you want to come on Monday at 7?
Monday at 7? Okay, I'll be ready.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let me finish. Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna have Mr. N on Monday at 7. Mr. N is promoting his he's showing artists how to get their royalties from these streaming services. So he's into the technology part of it now. So what he does is that's what he's going to be promoting, showing these artists when they put their stuff out over the internet. I think they can holler at Mr. N and he'll show them how to get their royalties. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. My little grandbaby's supposed to come over here tonight, child. She is on her way. I already know. She probably gonna end up spending the night. And she talks so much. She talk in her sleep. So, and then she sleep real wild. So I know I ain't ready to get no rest tonight. She'll be up talking all night. Hey, Kimberly. I'm kind of hungry, but I don't want to do no cooking. I wish I had some fruit, but I don't have any fruits. I bought some grapes from Aldi's and they were terrible. I would never buy any grapes from there anymore. I should have went to the Cash Saver and got me some red apples. They have some really sweet red apples. Yes, she do. I love her too. I love her too, child. She is a ball of energy. I'd like to light candles. So I be having candles lit and stuff, smell good candles. And I tell her, do not touch those candles. She be going one by one, blowing them out. And I promise you, I could just take my eyes off of her for a minute. She'd be right in front of me because the candles be on the table. I could be looking at the computer and I look up, all of the candles are blown out. She blew them out anyways. I'm like, when did she get the chance to do that? These kids are so crafty. I'm telling you, they are so crafty. Yes, they are. She is something else. She is such a busybody. So I know with her, when she finally go to sleep, she talks in her sleep, and she kicks and stuff. So I don't get no rest when she here. I need to tell her mama to bring me something to eat. Ooh. Stop. Stop. Tim, I know you've been buying shoes since Dillard's got. Oh yeah, Dillard's got a sale too. Ooh, I'm gonna tell you. I'm getting ready to show y'all the shoes I bought from Dillard's the other day. I got it. But you know what? I done asked God to deliver me. I've been asking God to deliver me. I said, Lord, I done lost all this weight and I'm back on my same thing again. I can't be. Dillard's had a real good sale. I think I got like 4 pairs of shoes for like $87. I'm gonna show y'all the shoes I got from Dillard's the other day. If they still got them, they ran them on sale. Hold on, you all. Hello? Let's see. Yeah. It might have been sold out of them. Stop that barking, girl. Yeah, I think they've sold out of the shoes that I bought. Hold on, you all. Yeah, I think they've sold out of them. No, they haven't. Here it is right here. They almost about to sell out of them though. But I got this shoe last week. It was on sale. Yeah, this one. And it feels so good. That's because the platform is high. I wanted the black ones, they didn't have them, but that shoe looks nice. The black ones look better to me, but they are nice. Yeah, I love Bessie Johnson. I love her shoes. They are totally different. I love them. Move. Move, girl. Move. Move. She be having some cute little purses too. I got the Good Top purse last year. I ain't wore it yet, child. But I'm gonna wear it though. It's funny how dealers got Bessie Johnson shoe on sale, and that same shoe everywhere else is over $100. I don't know why, but I like this one, but I would never buy it until it goes on sale. Because the summertime about to be over with. So they shouldn't even have these shoes up as high as they are. I like this one. I'm gonna wait until it goes on sale though. Yeah. Her shoes are so different. Thank you, darling. Yeah, dealers have good sales. When they clearing out their stuff, they take them all the way down. They be up high for a long time. Then when they get rid of them, they take them all the way down. So it's always good to wait until dealers right quick. I enjoyed you all. I really did. I gotta finish taking my braids out too. So I want y'all to please like, share, and subscribe. If y'all want to support the channel, you can hit up the Cash App, the super thanks. I enjoyed being on here with you all. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good Saturday.